Hello Year 3, welcome to your next maths lesson. Now, before we begin, let's just quickly check if we've got all of these things here. So let's just check if we've got our maths book, a sharp pencil and a ruler. These are what we'll need for today's lesson. So pause the video if you need to get anything now. And then also let's just make sure that we're looking out for the listening slide icon or the activity slide icon in the top right hand side of our screen. Okay, great. So today we're going to be learning to divide two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers again, but we're going to be learning to exchange today to help us answer these questions. Now, before we begin, let's just write down the short date, the learning objective, and then have a go at completing the part-whole models below here. Let's have a go at doing that now. Pause the video. Okay, let's go through the answers then. So I've got here 39 as my whole number. I know one part is 30. So what other number do I need to make 30 into 39? I have to add on another 9. Here I have 42. I can see 40 is one part. So I need to find out what other number I need to make 42, which is 2. 40 add 2 is 42. Finally, it's a slightly different one here. 42 has not been partitioned into its tens and ones like it has been here. It's been partitioned in a different way. And I can see that one part is 30. So I need to find out what other number adds on to 30 to make 42. And that is 12. Now, this type of partitioning is got a special name, and it's called flexible partitioning. And this is where we've partitioned a two-digit number not into its normal tens and ones. This is partitioned into two numbers that still make up 42, but they're just in two different. They're just partitioned in different ways. So you can see here that 42 has been partitioned into tens and ones, 40 and 2. Here it's been partitioned into 30 and 12. But it still gives us 42. Now, this flexible partitioning is going to help us today in answering some of our questions, but we'll go on to that later on. Okay, right. So this is a listening slide, so I'd like your pencil down on your paper, eyes towards the screen, so you can listen to what I'm saying. Let's just have a quick recap from what we did last lesson. So I have 48 divided by 4 here. And I have the counters to represent that. As I can see, I have 4 tens and 8 ones. When we divide, we start with the tens. So I'm going to start sharing 1 10 into each part. And then I can see I have 1 10 in each. Then I'll move on to the ones, start sharing them out. Can you see I'm doing it one group at a time, so they're all shared equally? It's very important that we share it equally because that's one of the key parts of division, is making sure that each group has an equal value in it. Okay, so I've shared out these counters equally, and I can see that all of the groups have the same value. And I'm just going to circle it so it's really clear. And I can notice here, if I look at one group, there are 12 altogether, as there are 1 10 and 2 ones. And that is our answer. 48 divided by 4, as there are 4 groups, equals 12, as there are 12 in each group. This can also be answered by using partitioning. So firstly, I would take my two-digit number, which is 48, then partition it into its tens and ones, which is 40 and 8. Then I would divide it by 4, which is I'm going to divide each number, by 4, because that's what it is in the main number sentence, which gives me 40 divided by 4 equals 10, 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Finally, I add those two together to give us our answer. 10 plus 2 equals 12, which is the same as our answer here. So these are just two methods that we learned last lesson in answering or helping us answer some division number sentences without exchanging. Okay, so today we're going to be learning similar techniques to what we were learning yesterday, but we're going to be exchanging. Okay, so this is a listening slide again, so keep your pencil on your paper, keep your eyes and ears on the screen so you can hear what I'm saying. So I've got this number sentence here. 42 divided by 3. Again, I've got a nice little stem sentence actually to help us remember this. When we divide, we start with the tens. So I'm going to do just that. 42, I've got 4 tens and 2 ones. So I'm going to start by sharing out the tens again. Oh, you have to excuse me. There we go. Start sharing out the tens again equally. Now, I want equal groups, remember. So if I try to put this 10 in this group, I can see that it's going to have a much bigger value than the other two. And this is a bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exchange this 110 for 10 ones. So in our book, we would draw this out and draw ones out, but because I'm on a laptop, I'm going to have to do it slightly different. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to make 10 ones. So I've exchanged 110 for 10 ones. Now I've got 12 ones here, and I know I can share these equally between 3 groups. So I'm going to start doing that now. Okay, so one at a time. Remember, in your books, you're going to do this slightly different. You're going to be crossing them out and drawing them in. Okay, last ones. Great. Now I can see that each group has an equal value. They all have 110 and 4 ones in it, which I know add up together is 14. Divided by 3 is 14. Because 42 altogether divided into 3 groups makes 14 in each group. This can be shown as well by using partitioning. So this is when we use our flexible partitioning. So I have 42 here, but I've partitioned it in different ways. I could partition it. We firstly had 4 tens and 2 ones, but I had to exchange 110 for 10 ones, so it would look like this after we've done that. You can see we have 30, which is 3 tens, and then we have 12 ones. Okay, don't get mistaken, we don't have 30 tens, we have 3 tens, which is the same as 30. Okay, right, now I've shown you how to do this. I would like you to have a go at doing one yourself. So here I have a number sentence, 96 divided by 4. I would like you firstly, in your maths book, just to write the STEM sentence at the just underneath your date and learning objective. So when we divide, we start with the, and I would like you to finish the sentence. Remember my STEM sentence last time, it's the same as that. So fill in the blank, and then I would like you to answer this question using the deans here and our place value chart. So draw out the place value chart, draw the deans. Remember, we might need to exchange. So have a go. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, firstly then, let's just see what the end of this STEM sentence says. So when we divide, we start with the tens. Okay, that's really going to help us answer this question. So what we should have had was 9 tens drawn out, because there's 96. We have 9 tens and 6 ones. Okay. Here I've got 8 tens because we divided it out, and I've got, I should have, there we go. There we go. I should have a spare 10 left over, because if we had 9 tens, we should have shared them equally into 4 groups, which should have given us 2 in each group and 1 left over. Of course, we don't want one left over, so what you should have done was exchanged that 110, sorry, for 10 ones, which would have given us 16 ones altogether, because we had 6 ones already here, and 10 ones exchanged for, or 110 exchanged for 10 ones will give us 16 ones altogether, and it should be shared with 4 in each group. So if we look into one group, I can see we have 2 10s and 4 1s. Therefore, each group will have 24. 24. There we go. Well, I don't know if you got that correct. Okay, right. Let's use this place value grid and the answer to the last question we've just answered. I would like you to fill in the whole part model to represent the deans below. Okay, remember we've exchanged, so they won't just be divided into their 10s and 1s like we normally have it. It's going to be different. Okay, so look how many 10s we've got, look how many 1s we've got, and then fill in the blank spaces here. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, right, let's go for the answers then. So we should have 8 10s or 80. That's the value, okay? But there's 8 10s I can see here altogether. Secondly, we should have 16 in the other section, as there are 16 1s. Because remember, we exchanged 1 10 for 10 1s. Okay, right, this is the listening slide, okay? So I would like you just to put your pencil on your paper again and eyes towards the screen. So I've got here 51 divided by 3. Okay, this is going to be slightly different. This is going to be a slightly harder question. So I'm going to again start with the 10s. I'm going to start sharing out the 10s. 1, 2, 1 in each group. What I've noticed here though is that I have 2 10s left, but that's not enough to share it between 3 groups again. I can only put them in 2 groups, but that means that I won't have the same value in each group. So what I'm going to have to do here is actually exchange 2 10s for 20 1s, because 2 10s is the same as 20 1s. Okay, so again in your book you're gonna cross these out and then exchange them and draw them out. So here I've exchanged my 2 leftover 10s for 20 1s here, and now I can start arranging my 1s. So I'm going to start doing this. This shouldn't take too long. Remember, be really careful when you're arranging or when you're sharing out your 1s that you're doing it a different group each time, and that you're doing it 1 group at a time. Can you see there I nearly slipped up by putting 2 in 1 group there? I'm going to notice that now. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put 4 in a group and make sure that I've got 4 in each group before I continue now. Move that up there so it's neater. There we go. And now I can start sharing it 1 group at a time again, so we don't accidentally put too many in 1 group. Okay, nearly there. Hopefully you're counting how many's going to be in each group, maybe having a guess. There we go. So now I've shared out all these 1s from my exchanged 10s. I can see that I've got 1 10 in the 10s column and 7 1s in the 1s column. That together makes 17. So I know that 51 divided by 3 equals 17. Okay, right, you'll go to have a go at this now. I would like you to use these place value counters to help answer this question here. 75 divided by 5. So draw out the place value chart again. Use your counters. You might remember you need to exchange. So start with the 10s and have a go at answering this question. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, great. Let's go through this answer quickly then. So we should have started putting our 10s 1 at a time in each group. Right, we don't have 5 10s anymore, do we? We only have 2, so we're going to need to exchange these. So you should have crossed them out in your book. I'm going to exchange them for another 20. I'm going to exchange 2 10s for 20 1s. Okay, now we can start sharing out our 1s. I'm going to have to make this a lot bigger, actually. It's okay. So I'm going to start sharing these out. Well done if you feel confident with this. Ooh. I'm going to move these down, sorry. You can skip the video if you want, if you feel confident with your answer, just to the point where I've put all the counters in, just to save some time, if you want. If you want to watch me doing it, that's fine, because we want to practice how to do this. We want to see other people having a go at doing this as well, so we really learn the process. So again, I'm sharing them one at a time in each group. To keep doing it. I know these are bigger numbers as well now, so they will take slightly. This will take slightly longer to do, but that's fine, because it's always good to take our time to make sure we get the correct answer. So I'm going to carry on doing this. Yours is going to be a lot neater than mine as well. Remember as well in your maths book to use the squares. If we're drawing ones, remember to only put one dot or one in each square, so it's really nice and neat. Okay, there we go. So I can see here now that in each group there's 110 and then 5 ones, and that gives me 15 altogether. Okay, brilliant. Well done if you got that correct. That's a slightly trickier one. So now we've practiced these two methods, and we've practiced partitioning and then using our place value chart. I would like you to have a go at the activities now. So I think everyone should be doing the first 2 slides, and then most people should be having a go at the 3rd slide, and then there's also a challenging extension at the end if you really feel like you're up for a challenge. Really stretch your maths knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to flick through these slides. That's the end of me talking. Have a go at the questions, and I'll see you at the next lesson.